morning and welcome to the Digital Weather Desk powered by Century Next Bank. I'm Jared Floyd. Happy Wednesday. And yes, I did a birthday announcement in the little caption. Today is my niece's 17th birthday. She does not live here locally. She lives up in the Little Rock area. Happy birthday, Kinley. And I hope you have a wonderful day. She's already gotten her birthday money from Uncle Jared. And I actually Googled how to spell the word niece. She's my only niece, and I always just referred to her as my girl nephew because niece is hard to spell. I never knew if it was E-I or I-E, so I just called her my girl nephew growing up. She gets it. She thinks it's funny. She understands my dry sense of humor. A look at airport delays this morning, and the reason I'm showing you this is just simply to show you that I have this information available to show you as we go into the holiday season. Obviously, travel is not a big deal right now, but as we go deeper into the month of November and December, and obviously travel gets kind of hairy, and the weather obviously sometimes plays a role in that as well, so I have handpicked a list of different airports that are frequently traveled in this area, and we'll provide this to you from time to time, typically, obviously, when there are some sorts of delays, but obviously we'll provide those to you as well. During the heavier travel times of the season, just to let you know what you're looking at if you're flying anywhere across the region. Again, on such a quiet day with really no significant changes to the forecast, again, as we move into month 3 of the Digital Weather Desk powered by Century Next Bank, I just want to sometimes show you some of the information that's available to you that we just really haven't needed to use yet. A check of the infrared satellite, and I've changed the color pattern just so you can see some of the clouds and fog that have snuck in across the southern parishes this morning. It was not very widespread to start the day, so a lot of us are greeted with sunshine as you wake up. I know that we were talking about clouds rolling in this morning, and it has for some, but most of us are just encountering some warmer southerly winds and a milder morning. Obviously, again, with the time change, we're hitting those morning lows closer to 5:36, so by 7:30 in the morning, sun's well up in the air and temperatures are already climbing. 49 in Monroe, 50 Ruston at Columbia, 43 in El Dorado, 47 in Homer, 46 in Winfield. Janet, Susie, good morning to you. Check of dew points across the area, and there is a little bit of a gap between our air temperatures and our dew points. Again, temperatures have already climbed a few degrees this morning, but they're in the low to mid 40s. If you want to know more about dew or frost, we released a weather wisdom last night on a lot of our social media avenues, so you can find that on most social media platforms. It was posted about 9 o'clock last night. You can go back and learn about frost and dew if you so choose. Again, as I mentioned, the answers may shock you, but they probably won't. Check of wind speeds across the area. Again, fairly light for most locations, picking up a little bit along the I-20 corridor this morning, and the visibility not as big of an issue as it could have been. St. Joseph down about 4.5 miles. Visibility in Winfield apparently down to 0. I don't know if that's a legitimate reading or not, but obviously if you encounter fog, exercise caution. Local loop over the last several hours shows nothing. We do have a weak cold front approaching from the northwest that'll pass through the area tomorrow morning. Does it make a big difference in terms of temperatures? Nope. In fact, we'll probably be even warmer as we go through the daytime hours on Thursday and Friday, and then another weak front Friday. Does that cool us off for Saturday? Nope. But then there's another front Saturday night into Sunday morning. Does that cool us off any? Yep, quite a bit. In fact, that's the one that could bring us our first freeze of the year early next week. Futurecast made possible by Bayou Power Sports, I-20 frontage road in Monroe. And, of course, again, limited stock on youth side-by-sides and ATVs this year, Honda Polaris, and more. Go see Mike and the guys at Bayou Power Sports. And, as always, tell them that Jared sent you, and they may ask you to leave. But in all seriousness, if you ever go visit one of our local business partners and just drop in and tell them, hey, I saw you on the Digital Weather Desk. Thanks so much for supporting what they do. And they still may ask you to leave. I don't know. Again, temperatures back in the low end of the 80s as we go through the day on Thursday. In fact, a lot of us could see the 80-degree mark for the first time in a while tomorrow. Low 80s for Friday, and that boundary that we were talking about on Friday, not even really designated as a cold front now. It's just kind of designated as a trough. Still very warm for Saturday afternoon. In fact, as the front approaches from the northwest, the stronger front compresses the air a little bit, and when you compress all the air together, the air molecules bounce off each other faster. Air molecules bouncing off each other faster creates heat, so obviously compressional warming. We talked about radiational cooling last night. Compressional warming ahead of a front also makes some differences and could lead to a warm day immediately ahead of the boundary. Front moves through the area, and then Sunday morning we're in the 40s. You can see the much colder air pooling up to the northwest, well below freezing across portions of the Ozarks. Good morning to you, Jeremy. And the temperature outlook over the next 6 to 10 days, I show this to you simply because it has blue on it. And sometimes blue is just something that you want to see during November, because we've been trending above normal for so long now. Anytime that we see blue, it kind of gets a thumbs up. The downside to it is the precip outlook. I'm not even going to show you to that because, A, we know that the rain chances are going to be slim over the next 7 to 10 days. And B, that shade of brown that is covering our area is quite hideous. Reminds me of the San Diego Padres away uniforms. No offense to the San Diego Padres, it's just their away uniforms have a really, really unfortunate brown color that is not appealing to the eye. Check the rainfall forecast over the next 7 days. Not a lot of good news. If you're clamoring over 1/100th of an inch of forecast rainfall over the next 7 days, that's nothing to get excited about. Those types of rain totals will move all over the place. And again, nothing really in the works over the next 7 days. So clearly, not a reason to really spend a lot of time on the forecast today. Simply put, on a platform like this, I provide you the information I think you need to know, when you need to know it, and there's a lot of days where, this weather platform may not need to be utilized as frequently. Check in for the forecast once. Some folks will check in on a live stream, or they'll check in on the app, or they'll check in on the website to get their forecast for the day, and away you go. Again, there's not expected to be a lot of significant changes, and I acknowledge that. But for the folks that have dropped in this morning to say hello, I appreciate you being here. Daytime highs in the upper 70s today. I would not be surprised to see the 80-degree mark, especially in the southern counties and parishes as we go through the afternoon. We'll call it mostly sunny skies, although I would not be surprised to see us in full sunshine by the end of the day. Winds will be out of the south-southwest. Lows tonight, low 50s. The clouds return for some, kind of similar to what we ran into this morning. Some areas will see clouds, others will see clear skies. Could encounter some patchy fog as well. Again, best chances will be across the river valleys, although it was pretty scarce today. And the light winds will allow for temperatures to cool off rather quickly, but the southerly winds, or the southerly component of that wind, probably keeping us a little bit warmer than we were this morning. Look at the 7-day forecast made possible by 3B Hardware. Daytime highs in the upper 70s to near 80. Again, I would not be surprised to see a lot of areas hit the 80-degree mark as early as today. If not today, then tomorrow, and if not tomorrow, on Friday. And then we stay in the 80s through the day on Saturday. So again, cold front doesn't make hill of beans difference as we go through the day on Friday. And then that second boundary on Saturday really doesn't move in until late, and so it'll bring the cooler air in, but it doesn't really arrive until Sunday. And the coldest air doesn't arrive until Monday. And then the coldest morning lows don't arrive until Tuesday. So it's a gradual step-down process in terms of getting the colder air in through the early parts of next week, expecting quite a bit of sunshine. And again, the downside to all of this is the lack of rainfall. And if you follow me long enough, you've known that I talk about the law of averages a lot. There's not a lot of exact science to it, but the law of averages tend to catch up with you. And it's been dry for a while now. September was dry, October was pretty dry, and November's starting off on a very dry note. And again, the law of averages sometimes catch up with you rather abruptly, and that may not necessarily be a good thing down the line. That could bring some severe weather and flood threats back into the region for late November, December. Do I have anything that really indicates that? No. Again, just experience and hunch and stuff that rolls around in my brain from time to time. All right, that's a look at the forecast. Again, if you missed out on our input that was requested yesterday, it's about push alerts. Most of the feedback has been resounding from the viewing public, that essentially you trust my judgment on those push alerts, which is cool, and I appreciate that, and I will not try to abuse that power. Again, only sending alerts when they're really necessary. We'll send another one of those out tomorrow. You're too long to read at 9:30. Midday stream at around lunchtime. We will not have a midday stream tomorrow. Have a school visit and some other outdoor activities planned. I got invited to play into a golf tournament. So we'll be doing that tomorrow afternoon. Again, the weather's beautiful, so one midday stream missed probably won't be that big a deal. But I'm headed out to Ruston Elementary tomorrow morning, visit with the 3rd, 4th, and 5th graders. So I'm looking forward to visiting with them there. Forecast is always available at digitalweatherdesk.com or on the Digital Weather Desk app, available for Apple and Android users. I'll catch you around midday. Enjoy the rest of your Wednesday. Did I say Tuesday to start the stream? I think I may have said Tuesday to start the stream, but it's Wednesday. I promise. It says it on the caption too. May, Gloria, Janet, good morning to all of you. Thanks so much for stopping by the Digital Weather Desk powered by Century Next Bank, and I'll catch you later today.